So you minister to me every single week. And I would say it matters for you. It is a sacred calling, a God-given privilege for you to do this. And what I want to say today is, let's never get flippant about how awesome it is that you get to be a part of this. Which means act like it. Don't let it slip and slide. Don't get careless, right? The idea of devotion and dedication to this should be a priority. I said yesterday at our deacon training, and I don't want to be a smart aleck about it, but I want to be somebody who declares the truth. Here's the truth. People have a lot more say over their life than they act like they do. I've had people before say, well, I can't be a part of this or that, whatever, and I got to back out of this. Why? Well, kids' sports schedules, and, I got to work some overtime, and okay. But they act like they have no say in any of their life. Like they can't say, no, this matters more than that. And I'm saying to you, as a worship team, I've just said to you, as much as I can in a few seconds, how much I believe this matters. So I'm saying, please carry that all the way through to being dedicated to this. That this doesn't lose every showdown to every other thing in your life. Just because it's something that if you opt out of it, you don't get in trouble, no one chases you down, tackles you, or spits in your eye or anything. Oh, nothing happened, so it's not a big deal. This is a big deal. Act like it. In preparation, in how we schedule, in how we communicate, in how we prepare, in how we present it, this matters. So let's make sure that we are clear that it matters. If you cannot make it a priority, you probably need to have a conversation. Whether it's you want to make it a priority and you can't, or you just don't really care that much about it, you probably need to have a conversation. Not that I'm looking to thin this group out. I actually think there are more people that need to come into this group. But we cannot afford to, as a bigger group, look at how many people are involved. As a bigger group, we can't afford to adapt every single week. We need to be able to schedule and plan, and people know when they're on. And when something changes on your side, do you know the reverberations that has in everybody? When you say, now I can't be on this time, somebody else needs to take my spot. That's not just your thing. That echoes out into the group. And now we're asking this group and this group and this group, can you reevaluate your schedule and your schedule? We can't do that just as a matter of course. That needs to be high emergency only. So, make this a priority. Because it is. I believe that God is leading us to more, obviously He's bringing more people, so I believe there are more people that we are going to serve on a Sunday. And that also means there are more people who are going to be involved week after week. That means a bigger team, and it means more people in front of us. Here's our growth rates over the past 5 years. You ready for this? Last year, 11%. The year before that, 18%. The year before that, 16%. The year before that, 15%. This year, we're full, but we're up 13% over last year. I think I sense a pattern. Yeah, we're 2 months in, we're 13% up over last year's first 2 months. We are not. Do you think we're done growing? No. Me either. So we're going to serve more people, and that means more people are going to be a part of this team. So we who are veterans have to show them the way by how we act and interact with it. So we are not off-the-cuff people. We are not a swap culture. I know that in the informal of small, swap goes like this. I'm on this Sunday, something came up, I can't do it, so I'm going to go find somebody and swap with them. That's not us, right? Because there are too many factors involved that go into the planning of who's on and who's not on. So what winds up happening then is we have to centralize it, so you have to just decline and let them sort out, because there are all these other factors that they took into when they scheduled everybody, and then so we're not I'll just swap out. That worked when we were 120 people in church, but not when today we're 570.
Oh my goodness.
So that doesn't work now, right? That worked when we were a worship team of a dozen, not when we're 40 people, right? So I'm just saying, we've got to shift our minds to that stuff. And some of the reason we're meeting today, and this is going to be a lot of the context for them, is that growth rate brings us to 3 services. Our start date for 3 services is October. This is March 1st. So March, you can count with me. April, May, June, July, August, September. That's 7 months between here and our first service. That's intentional. Partly because nobody's paying attention in July, August, right? So then we get back together in September, everybody's like, whoa, what are we doing next month? Nope, we're not doing that. So here we are in March saying, we've got some ideas. We're going to try them out. It requires that we are thinking ahead, that we are organizing, that we have a plan. Our plan always is going to run through Planning Center, because that's what we do. There are other technology things that we're going to talk about today that will help us. That a lot of work is going into getting them even off the ground. We are going to have to coordinate. We're going to have to be teammates. But I want you to understand why we're doing it. Why we're doing what we're doing, why we're trying what we're trying. We're doing it because God is leading our church. God is leading our church through those growth rates that we have to get to 3 services. In order to get to 3 services, we have to ask big questions about how much time can we spend on a weekend with a volunteer? How many times in a month can we have a volunteer dedicate that kind of time? Like, these are things that are getting processed in our minds so that we can come and say, let's try it this way, let's do it this way, let's equip you this way, so that we flourish in what God has called us to do. Nobody likes change. I'm not standing up here telling you that I am, if I'm honest, I'm pretty intimidated by 3 services as a norm. I know lots of other people do it, so that's fine. I have never done it. I have never been in my adult life in a church this big. This is the biggest church I've ever been in my adult life, right? I don't know that it matters. God's in charge of it, whether it's small or big, so I don't know that it matters. But humanly, I'm not like, oh, no big deal. Adding another service is not no big deal for me. Adding another service is like, okay, Lord, step of faith. Here we go. So we're going to do that as best we can together. We want to talk about how, and we want to work it out. I'm going to ask you guys to have understanding and patience. I'm going to ask you to be partners and teammates. I'm going to ask you to work with us as we sort it out. Some of the stuff we'll try out, then we'll get feedback on it, whatever. So we're going to try to move forward so that we are ready come October to effectively minister what we've been doing in 2 services into 3 services. And we wanted to do this in March instead of like in June, so that we have as long of a ramp up to it as possible. And so we're processing it together. If you've got questions, if you've got ideas, it's not like, well, we had a meeting today, next week we're doing this, get on board. It's like, we're having a meeting today, we're going to have time to shake it out and sort it out, and that's very, very intentional for us. All right? So I just wanted to start off by saying that. I wanted to make sure that for you guys, to me, the reason that we have a meeting like this is not because we just want to have another meeting so we can say we have another meeting. I need another meeting like I need a hole in the head, right? But we need to be on point, because this ministry is not a side thing. This is front and center. And you guys are front and center. And we want us to have communicated well enough so that we feel like we're partners and teammates in it. And so we can give this in our best way as our service to God. All right? So as we go through today, Dana's going to come. I guess we had a 2-minute break.
Yeah, gotta take like 2 minutes.
We'll take 2 minutes. She'll get up. So
12:38 there, so 12:40.
grab food, hit the bathroom, whatever.
And then we'll jump in.
And then we'll jump in.
All right, thanks, Mark. Thank you.
Wow.